Hello and welcome back to the Babenbergs. We have a question, and that is, where did our aunts go? Because they were in our court and now they are gone. So I want to have a look and I want to invite them back to our courts, because I'm fairly certain that when we first looked at them we couldn't get any alliances, but people seem to be suggesting that maybe we could get alliances from them. So let's find out. So first of all, where is our first aunt? Well, Berta is in the Isle of Man. Why? She's visiting. Visiting from where? I don't know. I guess she's just a guest here. Maybe this is what happens with characters who are disconnected. They just become the guests in other courts, but yeah, she's over there. We can invite her to our court and she'll accept, so alright. Welcome back, Berta. We have Jutta. Jutta is currently visiting in Munster. Why? I don't know. She's just kind of there. So, but we're going to invite her back. And then we have their mother, who I don't know if we're going to invite back. But she's currently hanging out here in Lothian. Why? Again, I could not tell you. She would not accept an invite because she's not related to us. That seems fair. That seems very fair. Right. Then, people have also suggested that with our new daughter, we should have a wet nurse, which makes perfect sense, and we have one. It's Gertrude. Although, we could wait a second. Let's wait for these two to come in and then see whether either of them are better. Hunt, a fresh start. Doing a hunt in Abensberg. Yes, I'm doing a hunt in order. You see, this is why I set up the hunt before I ended the previous episode, because I would have forgotten. I'm doing the hunt in order to set it up so that we have an acclaimed knight successor. Currently we don't, because we don't have anyone with a hunter trait who can fill that role, but once we do a hunt, we'll have a whole bunch of knights with a hunter trait. Yes, that makes perfect sense to me now. Okay. Happy we're past me for doing that. It has been a couple of days since I last played, if that is not 100% obvious. Right. Let's go in here. Let's go wet nurse. Really? Neither of them are eligible? Huh. Wonder what the what you have to be. Okay. That's liege requirement. Wet nurse. Okay. So they are not in prison. Let's just go and pick one of our aunts here who is in our court, right? Berta. They are not imprisoned. Correct. They are not at war with you. Correct. They are not a playable character. Correct. They are female. Yep. They are under the age of 46. They are not your close family. They're not my close family based on this, because they're not a parent, they're not a grandparent, they're not a child, they're not a grandchild, and they're not a sibling. Therefore, they are not close family. They are lowborn or from an insignificant dynasty. Maybe it's because they are bastards. Maybe that's why. I guess they're not lowborn, but still. Anyway. They are not already employed as a councillor, camp officer, or full-time position. They do not have the trait monk. Yeah, I'm guessing it's because they're bastards or they're counted as close family, one or the other. Anyway, let's test. Are they able to be married to someone who will get us an alliance? Yes, we can marry them off for alliances. Alright. Alright. I did change this to all. Let's just change that back to that for a second. Okay. So, you could marry this person who's about to die, and that would get us an alliance with Shalland up here. But the problem is they're about to die, so it's not really worth it. Next one is the Most Serene Republic of Venice. Now the problem is he's 51, and Venice has a different type of succession. It's got Republican succession, which means that it's not going to be his family inherits. It's going to be a new person. So alliances are very temporary. Transcarpathia. Okay. So that's over here in Hungary. That's not a bad alliance. They're not that far from us. They're relatively strong. I think that that's reasonable. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Who else have we got? We got Duke Dolphin of Lothian, which is also where their mother is, which is weird. Lothian is what might be described as really, really far away. Might look pretty close, however they have to pay for boats every time they'd come over to war, and yeah, I mean, either way that you, like, slice it, they're not going to get to war quickly because they have to pay for the boats, right? So they raise up all the troops, they get on the boats. That's going to cost them like 30 gold. Then they get to about here and you get a choice. One, they can land here and then walk all the way across, or they have to go all the way around here and then come in this way. Either way, it's going to take them a long amount of time to actually get there. So I don't think that that's a good alliance for us. I mean, they're strong, and, you know, if we had other allies who were going to delay them, it could be okay, but as in, like, if we had other if we had, like, say, this Transcarpathia one here, and then they delayed anyone who was attacking us, and then we had extra troops arrive later, that's fine, but it's not what we're looking for. Where are you? Oh, okay. So you hold a bunch of land over here. You're in a war that I don't want to be in, so I'm not going to do anything with you. The Kingdom of Bajarma land? Yeah, you're a little bit far away. Yeah, I'm not really interested in that one. And then we have Mercenary Company. Slavonia? Slavonia's pretty close. Yeah, pretty close. He's 41, so he's not as healthy as he could be, but he's fairly close to us geographically. I quite like the Transcarpathia one. If we're marrying them off for alliances. And then, yeah. Oh, wait, I thought there wasn't any more, but actually it's just because it's all the way over here. So that's Upper Lotharingia over here. Okay, again, my location is good. You're about to die, so I don't want to marry you. And your grand city of Ancona down here. Or that's up in Sweden somewhere, right? Yep. Okay. And then this one. Yeah, that's a little far away. Like, they have no easy way of getting to us whatsoever. Friuli? Now, they're pretty close. Like, they are right next to us. Okay. So it's 1,541 or 47 troops. You're not a bad option, actually. Yeah, I quite like this as an option. Benevento? I'm just skipping the mercenary companies. Okay. That's fine. But we have better options, basically. Yeah, and then we're getting into the less than 1,000 ones, which are all like strength, which is probably going to change over time quite a lot. Yeah. Okay. So I quite like Friuli. I think Friuli is a good one. I did also want to make one of them take the vows just to see what happened, because we don't really do that very often. So how about we have one of them marry Friuli and then the other one takes the vows, depending on whichever one's going to say yes to whichever one says yes to taking the vows. So let's go in here. So you would say yes, and you would say yes. Alright. Well, Berta, because we're on your arranged marriage screen already. Let's find Friuli. Yeah. You're going to marry. That's absolutely fine. Just curious. Wasn't going to click it, but curious. Right. Tutor, you're going to take the vows. So you'll gain the trait None. Alright. Oh, and you'll move to someone else's court. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Let's do that. Right. And then on pause. Right. She said, thank you for sending me down this path of righteousness. Can we invite her back to... Wait. She's still in our court, so it didn't send her to someone else's court. Nope. She is quite definitely in our court. So why did it say it would send her to someone else's court when quite clearly it will not? Okay. Wet nurse is going to be Gertrude. And she's going to instill virtue. Yes, that's good. Right. Let's do that. And then to our hunt. Where I think we've invited like everybody in our court to, basically, right? Yeah, whole bunch of knights and things. That's good. Right. Speed it up a little bit. Maybe even go speed 5. Stalking the stag. My men have been gathering sightings of the stag that roam the area. Well, that's probably what we're going to seek. Yeah, let's seek it. Okay. Illegal prey. Poachers here in the Count's woodland. They huddle together as I ride up with my guards, making a poor job of hiding the dead stag behind them. We did not do this. Please, have mercy, glorious Duke. Their blades and bows belie their words. So, I can have them punished, and it gives me better holding taxes. In Regensburg, which isn't my holding, it's my vassal's holding. Okay. You seem to be excellent bowmen. They give me training, but we get success chance lowered. The animal is mine, along with fines for their lives. Or get out of Count Heinrich's woodlands. You know what? Let's roll the dice. Let's say the animal is mine, along with fines for their lives. Although we are compassionate now. I guess because we're compassionate, I guess I'll choose this one instead. I'll choose the poacher training. Fine. Rude vassal. Just as my vassal, Count Megenhard, started to dismount, legs still dangling from the saddle, my audacious cousin, Count Ludolf, made sure to bump into his horse, sending him tumbling to the ground. Count Ludolf of München. Ah, okay. Say you're acting like a child, you will be punished like one. So he's 26, and how old are we? Are we here? 33. Okay. We make him taste the belt. There's no way for a count to act. Or Megenhard has gone as red as a beet. You know what? Let's say this is no way for a count to act. Yes. Wonderful. Carrying on. Cornering the stag. My master of the hunt, Werner, is the first to spot it. The flighty male is hard to distinguish, but there's no doubt it's there, observing us through the dense undergrowth. It locks eyes with me, and almost as though the animal senses my intent, suddenly takes off in a flash of brown fur. Okay. Oh, this one would stress me out. So let's just go for the easy way. Ambush the stag. Treacherous game. Like all game, the slippery stag has many tricks, blenches and ruses that can fool even experienced hunters. My vassal, Mayor Voldo, has halted the party. The wily stag has been doubling to and fro, retracing its steps and running trails to throw us off the scent. There is no agreement over which course to follow, and each moment we tarry puts us further from our prize. Since they patience, this should be easy to solve, and this is because we have the hunter trait. I trust Voldo, but what does the local gameskeeper think? Okay. Well, because I'm a hunter, I will use my hunting skill. We've increased our chances greatly. 80% is the max here. I think it says it's the max somewhere, right? Yes. Hunt success chance can never be higher than 80. We watch for the stag from our concealed bowline, tensing with anticipation as the flusher's cries and baying hounds grow louder. The brown male suddenly leaps into the clearing ahead, teeth flailing, charging straight towards us in terror. And say, hold, he's mine. We can get our slay beast intent done, but because I'm compassionate, we wouldn't want to do that. Stop is Werner's. Everyone now loose or run away. Well, I don't want anyone to be injured. Let's say, now everyone loose. Oh, okay, before we do that. Person of interest to you, Count Franz of Kaiserslautern, has died in his sleep. Alright, we'll see whether we want to keep up with the Kaiserslauterns. Hunts like these are pure joy. I cannot wait for next year. I failed my intent because I didn't slay the beast. Oh, okay. There's nothing quite like the thrill of bringing down a mighty beast. Werner, the master of the hunt, directs the breaking up, carefully skinning the carcass with direction from the game masters, who place the eager dog's share of the spoils on the stretched hide before departing camp for home. So I can become the owner of the trinket which is just known as stag, which is almost no prestige and almost no stress gain reduction. I already have, if I wanted it. Or I can give it to Theodelinda. What's the difference? Does she even gain any opinion of me for it? Nope. She does not care. Alright, well, I will keep it then. We'll finish the hunt. Also, we got 40 glory for the gameskeeper, which is nice. Need to rename this. Something different. Let's go for... I don't know, it's the... Actually, we weren't in Regensburg, were we? Technically, we're actually in... Abensberg. Yeah, it was Abensberg that we're actually in. So let's call it the Abensberg stag. Right, Here we go. Abensberg stag. Cool. Wonderful. It did have an S in it, right? Yeah. That's fine. Okay, and now we're heading back. Now, I should have a worthy successor to the noble gameskeeper. I do. I have many. And I have many because now all of these guys have hunter as a trait. So, I think I'm also going to follow something from the comments, which I quite like. Whenever we create a new acclaimed knight position, we're going to create one that also fits one of these positions, right? So, our acclaimed knight is going to be whoever is going to inherit Master of the Hunt. And it works really well for this one, because Hunter is one of the things that increases aptitude. So, that seems very good. Could go for Adolf, our knight. Murad would be best, but Murad is already our bodyguard, so if he was going to take one of these court positions, he wouldn't be the one I'd choose. So, let's go with this guy right here. Wonderful. Okay, so there is our successor. 40 glory is not bad. I mean, we're getting up to the next level fairly quickly. 600 for the next level. Cool. And how is our hunter trait experience looking? We're a little bit into it. Okay. Right. We've arrived home. Gained some wanderer experience. We're almost at level 2. Nice. And then Franz Count Franz of Kaiserslautern has died. Okay. So he was somebody who had educated one of our well, it was either our father or uncles. Can't remember which one it was. Many people in our family. So Hildegard's married someone else. That might be the end of the Kaiserslauterns, right? Because that's yeah. Both of these are patrilineal marriages. So that's the end of the Belstein line, I think. Because there's only 2 living members and they're both married patrilineally. So, yeah. Okay. I think we can probably unpin him for now. Wonderful. Right. So, now, do I have my new daughter? I don't have my new daughter pinned. Okay, there we go. You're now pinned as well. What was this? The fire. Does that mean that he is currently in a faction against us? It does. Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah, alright. Just trying to work out where everyone is. We still have a bunch of money. I want to do more activities. Also, I did notice this previously, the relocate de jure capital option. It's kind of intriguing, because if we do that, then that will make Ottoberg the de jure capital, and the main benefit of that is that it moves the duchy building, right? What is the de jure capital here of Bavaria? I don't know. It's got to be one of the... Oh, there you go, it's Regensburg. So if we move the de jure capital to Ottoberg, then that will get the duchy building. That sounds good to me. That sounds like something I want to do. So I'm going to spend the 500 prestige to do it. We'll destroy the current duchy building, of which there isn't any. You have the title Bavaria. Is the de jure county of the Duchy of Bavaria. It is not the de jure capital. Current de jure capital is part of the realm. Make it so. Wonderful. So now, if we have a look at Ottoberg, it has the duchy building option, which is kind of cool. And there's all sorts of things we can do in duchy buildings. So, seems like something that's worth at least thinking about. Okay. That's fine. Right. Was I gonna maybe do feast stuff? I was wondering whether I wanted to go leisure palaces then. So increases reward for grand weddings, activities hosted in this holding. Gives you prestige, stress loss, initial hostile scheme, personal scheme. All holdings in the duchy get control growth, which is nice. But it reduces the cost for holding a feast by 50%, on top of the 10% we already have. So it'll make feasts really cheap. Kind of think it's worth doing. A single, like, level in this is all we need. Yeah, be really, really nice, I think. What are my other options? So a burial site. Oh, I was going to bury someone, wasn't I? If they were still alive? No, that's the wrong thing. I was going to bury someone if they were, if we still had their corpse. But you must have had a recent bereavement, so I guess no. Okay, that's fine. I was just thinking if they're still available, but I don't know why I used the word alive, because it was about the worst word I could have used in that situation. Right. So burial sites give you court grandeur, legend spread, chance, legitimacy gain. I don't really need this. This one's really nice. Military academies. Train knights is a great thing for traveling. I don't think it's really what we're doing here. Marshes reduces chance for special raid intents. I don't think that's relevant to us at all. Siege works. I don't think it's relevant. I'm just going to zoom out so we stop hearing them hammering the swords against each other. Yeah, so I'm not really worried about any of that. Reduce cost of hosting Grand Tournament Melee Contest. And I don't think that's particularly something I need to worry about too much. Same with jousting. Yeah, let's go in on feast. Let's go in on feast. I think I'm sold. I've sold myself on leisure palaces, so let's do it. Right. And then an activity, which presumably will not be a feast right now. Let's see what I could do. I've already done my pilgrimage. I could go to university and party. I haven't done that yet. Yeah, we could go on a little university visit and party. Where am I going to go? Where do I want to go? There's so many places. We did hear about Canterbury before. But, yeah, I guess we could go there. Is there anywhere that's, I was going to say anywhere that's got a huge bonus. This one's got +6 because it's religious and it's a university and it's our religion. It might be the best option, actually. Well, this one also has +6 over here, Constantinople. But let's go to Cluny here. Yeah, let's head over. Get rid of the forest guide for now, just until we've worked out what we're doing. It's learning lifestyle for visiting, which I'm not that worried about. Yeah, are these both mountains? Plains. Okay, so customize route. Go to Zurich, then to Basel, and then on the way back from Basel to Zurich. There we go. Takes away all the danger without any travel options being selected. Our goal is the Goliardic lifestyle. So we want to experience the life of a student inside and outside the walls of the university. Do we want to pay for the most expensive one? I guess it would be nice, I suppose, if we got the stuff from it. So yeah, let's do that. But we're going to choose the options that allow us to kind of chill out. Maybe also the zealous options if they appear. But it's just somewhere to go. Somewhere to go, something to do. Betrothed can marry. So Eisentrud can marry Heinrich. So Eisentrud is our courtier who is Burchard's daughter. Okay. Burchard being the brother of Heinrich, who was the nephew who was friends with the previous Count Otto, or Duke Otto. And then Heinrich is the son of Heinrich. Sure. I'll accept it. That seems perfectly acceptable as a marriage. Right. Continue on our way. Are you doing the thing I want you to? Yes, you're getting me money. That's all fine. Right. Path of Rivalry. Travelling through the rugged terrain of Zurich, a challenge arises as the grassland becomes a labyrinth of tall grass. My Bishop Toki and my bodyguard Bernard begin to argue about the best approach to traverse the treacherous trail. Toki, your suggestion is reckless, exclaims Bernard, visibly frustrated, and Toki retorts, and yours is cowardly. Okay, so who are they to me? We have our bodyguard Bernard, we have our bishop and personal physician Toki. I can get them to work together because my diplomacy is high enough? Yep. So we get 10 days travel, we get safe routes for 30 days, they stop being rivals, and we get prestige. Or we can pick a side. Alright, I'm just gonna make them work together. Make everyone chill out. My caravan master is dead? How did she die? In her sleep? Oh no. I'm not gonna assign a caravan master right now, as there are events that fire if you have no caravan master, so... yeah, and I don't think they join your thing immediately anyway. I think that they would only be on your trip if they were already on your trip. But yeah, I think there are events where if you have no caravan master, it will try and reapply. Like, it will say, hey, do you want this person as a caravan master? Anyway, the reason why I'm saying this is I'm fairly certain that caravan master is one where we put on the automated, like, select the next person option, like this toggle automation. And it caused all sorts of problems doing that, so yeah, let's not worry about it. Let's ignore it entirely. Right, until we get back. Arrival at Cluny. Here I am, finally at the gates of Cluny, the renowned university seat. All knowledge is collected inside these hallowed halls, and scholars of repute from all over the world assemble in these same hallways to preserve and increase the true wealth of wisdom, and I'll soon join them. Of course, major centres of culture are also active markets and offer all the distractions a student could ever desire. Time to get started. Otto, a person of interest to you, has drank himself to death. So this is Otto Primislid, who was over here-ish. Let me do a there. He was over here. And he was related to... yeah, he was related to Duke Otto, and he's the sibling of, yes, Vratislav and all of that. So I'm not sure I need to worry too much about this guy, but I will mark his son in here in case there's a way that we can reconnect the family lines. Cool. That's fine. You can ask your head of faith for gold. Alright. I'm not too proud to ask him for money. Wonderful. Measles, the end of a journey. We got measles? Oh, that disease spread here? Ah. No, I think we're gonna stay. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm just gonna get Toki to treat me. Even worse. Toki offered me a clear potion in a gilded vial. As I had tasted some of the previous remedies of Toki's, I was worried at first. But when I drank it, I could detect neither odor nor taste. I inquired about the ingredients, but he told me that it was a secret recipe. The mysterious potion did nothing to improve my state. If anything, I think it makes me feel worse. So we are now poor health. That is not good. And he is getting the trait measles, but obviously something else has happened with Toki. He is extremely not okay. Well, this is good. Yep, good start to our partying university trip, getting measles almost immediately. Although it looks back home like people are still getting ill, so yeah. Anyway. I'm suddenly distracted from my midnight studies by a loud crash, an ear-deafening slam, and an expensive-sounding shatter. What in the world is going on? The source of the disturbance appears to be two peasants. God knows how they got in here, ravenously gulping down a barrel of the university's Retsina. This'll teach them, one of them shouts. Yeah, they think they're better than us just because they can read, the other follows. This is Benote and Raymond. So I'd say, peasants, get us more cups and I'll get the other students, which is available because of our Golindardic lifestyle. Okay. So 50% chance my university studies become more successful. Or better tell the teachers. Well, it's going to stress me out, but we're going to do it anyway. I became a drunkard and it's lowered my health even further. I'm going to die due to having gone on one part. I went to one place to party and we're going to die. What? My wife fell pregnant? Wait a second, if we can stay alive long enough, we might have a male heir. All we have to do is stay alive 9 months. I hope that we can manage. So, I guess not. I guess we're dead. Gonna be honest, didn't see that one coming. That was fairly quick, I would say. From everything is absolutely fine, we're off living our life, to dead. Died of measles. Okay, yeah, I guess I could have seen the measles, but the measles into the worst treatment into the drunkard were, yeah, alright. Not what I expected. So, we're the cultural head, we're illustrious, we're a devoted servant, we had lifestyle of wandering, but we didn't do anything with it, fought in 3 wars, 2 defensive, 1 offensive great holy war, hosted 5 activities, a funeral, a hunt, a monument expedition, a pilgrimage, and a university visit. I don't know if I can count that one because I didn't host all of it. But that's it. Duke Otto IV of Bavaria rests in the arms of the Lord at 33 years of age. He died from measles. A zealous man, he fought for the glory of God against the heathens in one of the greatest holy wars of recent history. Duchess Helie Ermengarde ascends to the throne. Merely 0 years old, she will need to rely on her regent, Count Bernard, during her first years of rule. Okay then, well, I inherited all the titles. That's nice. This is you. So we had 29 years with Otto, 12 years with Otto the Fourth, and now we are Helie. Ah. Well. I guess I'll leave these on. I guess I could have equipped the aged cheese, now that I think about it. That would have given us a small health boost. I think we were probably dead anyway, but yeah. Okay. Bernard is our regent currently. He's about to die. That's good. Who's our next regent? Our player Aaron Ann. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Good. Personal physician. Let's start with all of these. Okay, so my bishop is Paul de Albon. What happened to the previous bishop? What happened to Toki? Did he die? Wait a second. Is he not in our court because he's technically over here in wherever we went? Was it over here? I'm trying to figure out where we died. Must have been over here, right? That was Cluny. There we go. Yeah. So in your court, there's nobody. How about in your court? No. How about in our court? Do we have Toki? What happened to Toki? I guess he died at the same time we did? I guess so. Also, everyone here is also ill. Oh, I guess some of them probably got measles as well, but anyway. Yeah. It's not great. Yeah. Okay. Huh. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where to even start. Let's go with Spy Master. Sure. Spy Master, I guess, is going to be Bernard. Because he was loyal to our predecessor, so he's got a strong hook and can't act against us, and he kinda likes us. So, Bernard, you are my Spy Master. My Steward is going to be Ludolf, because he's really good at it. My Chancellor is going to be Bruno. My Marshal is going to be Heinrich. Okay, Heinrich does not like me because I'm over my domain limit, because I'm at 4 domain. What do I currently hold? Sal, Falkenstein, and Dornberg. Okay, fair enough. I am currently over because my stewardship is 2. Yep. And, yep, that adds up. Wait, yeah, no, sorry, my stewardship is 2, so it's only giving us a +0. Yeah, so if my stewardship goes up to 6, I can hold that holding. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's that. Personal physician, I guess I will search for one, because the one thing we have is money. And then we'll figure it out from there. So, I guess we should also hold a funeral for our father. That would seem reasonable. So let's recruit for a court position. We're going to search for a physician. Physician for our position. Funeral. I'm going to hold that in... was Ortenburg part of Ottoberg? It is. Right, so we're going to... Or it's part of the county. So yeah, let's hold our funeral there. Okay. We do need a caravan master then. That's going to be Sheila. Okay. The dead is going to be Otto. And we'll go with dignified. Manage guests. I will invite extended family, neighboring rulers. Anyone who wants to come, basically. Wonderful. And we will start our funeral. And the end of the road. I'm at my table, about to break my fast, but all hunger has left me. Something feels amiss, and I note it to be true when I see my caravan leader, Sheila, somberly approaching. My Duchess, a messenger arrived in the night bearing grievous news, was saying to the 0-year-old. I'm afraid your father, Duke Otto, died from measles. He was in Cluny when he perished. My sincere condolences, my lady. He did not deserve to die so far from home. Okay. We've arrived at our funeral. Ortenburg is to be Otto's final resting place, and I'm left alone to gather my thoughts and prepare for the arrival of the honoured mourners. Alright, I'm just waiting until we get the physician event. There we go. The world is full of dangers, even to a duchess and her courtiers. As per my request, my servants have inquired after recommendations. Now they've assembled a few options to choose from. We have Kurberger and Waldo. Or Valdo. Best we have is average, in which case I'm not going to pay any money at all. I am simply going to put Signy in, and she's going to do 2 rolls, which is not my ideal, but it's what we'll do. And that's, I guess, where we're going to end the episode for today. Thank you very much for watching. I guess we're going to have to figure out what we're doing with Helie. Yeah. One thing I am thinking is if we ever play as a child, we should basically just play as whatever we think the regent would want us to be doing. So right now I think we're fine with Bernard doing whatever he's doing. But if it ends up, say, being our mother as our regent, well, maybe she tries to make us learn French. Maybe she tries to convert our culture. Maybe we end up merging our cultures. Who knows? It's something to think about. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.